Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So we're still very much stuck in this range, and what I do want to do is just highlight on the weekly. V reversals are rare, and this does look like a bit of a V reversal, but then you've got these three bars here. Well, I suppose two, can't really count this one, because that's this week's. And we don't have, I suppose we do have diversions here, swing low, look at the oscillators swinging up. So there's potential for a reversal, but not really cast in stone just yet. Look at the monthly grouping to the downside on the oscillator. It's a little bit of a tail here, but we're going to have to break above this monthly bar before that this downtrend is reversed. So for me at the moment, we are range bound. We are actually clueless into which direction we want to go. We need to break above 102.535 and find support there for a leg up to 103.632, and then we need to break 101.253 to the downside, and I'm probably just going to test one, to be honest. That's kind of the structure that we have. So there's one. So if we get down to the hour, you'll see not much really to trade unless you want to trade the range, but we are above and below the moving averages swinging like this. I don't trust this. We are above the moving average at the moment, but I'm not taking any trades here on any pullback inside this range. I want to break the range and retest before looking for structure. So that's kind of a set on hand scenario for me. US dollar, Japanese yen, pretty strong acceleration to the downside. And if you look at the weekly, big engulfing weekly bar with follow through. We are now coming up to an area which you would be watching very closely for support. That's 131.500. So let's get back here. If you look at that area there, we've already found support once upon a time. So we're coming back into this area, and that we need to pay attention to it very closely, because if it does give way, I think your continuation to the downside is there. But look at the oscillators here, grouping to the downside. So, logically what you'd be looking for at the moment is a retest of some structure, and that's going to be around 134.348, or alternatively 134.789. Now, if we get down to the levels we want to be trading, you'll see that there was a retest in there on Friday. So I think you should probably ignore that and then pay attention to this swing low here. That's the area you want to be selling off, 133.200. So that's kind of the view that I've got at the moment. You can see everything grouped to downside, so you don't really want to be jumping in short. You want to wait for the oscillators to get back up the top on the hour and reject some level, or alternatively drop down to the 15 minutes, wait for the oscillators to get to some level, and wait for price to get to the levels and the oscillators to get to the top, and then you want to continue selling this structure you see. So I think this trend is fairly strong to the downside and pretty well developed. Sorry, wrong time frame. Okay, so let's just move on to British pound, Japanese yen, and we're sort of hovering in this area of support. Right here, you can see we've found support in this area. I think break and retest of that validates the shorts. If we just look at the last week, what's happened, you can see the confusion of the last couple of weeks. Sellers, buyers, nobody knows what's going on. Trend is to the upside, big diversions here between, you see price almost a double top, but that's slightly higher, where the oscillator is lower, in an uptrend, but a lot of confusion in the last couple of weeks. And let's just wait for the monthly. So if you look at the monthly, you'll see tails to the upside, tails to the downside, still very similar picture. Nobody knows what's going on. However, we do have a crossover here, but we've got diversions on the monthly. And diversions is way more important on your higher time frames than it is on the lower time frames. And you can see lots of concern here. So the one level that I do think we need to pay attention to on the monthly is this 158.398. So have a look at that. So there's your area on the 8 hour. That is 161.347. We've got a crossover. We're below the oscillators here. And obviously I don't want to be selling down here because there's potential support, so I'd have to wait for a break and retest of that in order to target 158398, or alternatively I need to see some kind of a pullback to sell off, anticipating a break. So if you look at the hour, we've got a break of the moving averages here, and we're sort of 2 days of downward momentum. We did not test this area quite nice. So 162.874 was the level I gave you yesterday. Not yesterday, but Friday, for a selling opportunity. So we didn't really do that. So at the moment, I think that's still valid, and then that's valid. So you're looking to sell off 162033 or preferably 162874, and then just add another one in because that would be another area there, which is 163.455. So any move back up into there is still in the downtrend on the hour, and you're looking to move with the downtrend. So sell off that. Lastly, Euro British Pound. Another one that I just want to start on the weekly. Big weekly engulfing bar, but could be an exhaustion bar. Look at my oscillators pointing to the downside quite strongly. We are in a downtrend, but we've had these series of higher lows here, and we kind of back in that area there, so you can see there. So is this bottom of the channel, and now we're moving back up to try and find a new high and then back, or is this an area we need to be paying attention to for a break to the downside? So that would be right over there, and you can see that swing low, we've never really this whole year we've never really found support on it. We've attempted, and this one from last week is pretty much the closest one we've got. So just get back to the 8 hour, and you'll see pin bar, complete confusion, oscillators group the downside pointing up. So this is going to be a very strong area of support. If we get below it and reject it, then you're looking for continuation down. So 083824, we sort of get below that, come up and test it, then you're coming to test this trend line at 083574. For me, I think a better way of playing this at the moment is to sit quietly on the side, wait for a move above 084145 and wait for support to be found up there. That would give us a break the high of yesterday, and let's get a daily close up there, because then that would give us some strength based on what we see at the left, that we are looking for a move back to the upside, and that would mean that we are bouncing off this trend line for a move up. And on any of the, you can see on the daily as well, you can see diversions forming, diversions everywhere. That's kind of the play that I would be looking at the moment. So sit on hands until you see a move up above 084145, and then you need to wait for the move back to come and test it before jumping in on the trade. So that's kind of my view on this pair. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.